we should be putting our teachers as first priority, not the oil companies.
We don't take defeat. We don't take defeat. Teachers, we don't take defeat. We don't take defeat. Teachers.
Hi, I'm Janine Fisher, and I'm at Agra High School and Elementary. I'm the music teacher there.
My name's Kevin McDonald, and I'm an English teacher at Edmond Memorial High School. Edmond, Oklahoma is just north of Oklahoma City.
My name is Kelly Williams. I'm from Agra, Oklahoma. I teach Agra High School.
Stephanie Lee from Lawton Public School, Sullivan Village Elementary.
I'm Christy Finch, and we're representing Sullivan Village for Lawton Public Schools.
My name is Alicia Adams. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I'm representing the Putnam City School District.
My name is Kelly Logan, and I'm a school teacher, and I'm also representing the Putnam City School District. I am a teacher.
No, it wasn't sufficient, and the way I believe is because it was just a one-time lump. They didn't plan to take it any further into the future, and year after year after year. You know, they just one lump and then just let us live with that for years and years and years. And we've already lived with that for the last 10 or 11 years. So we can't do this anymore. It's too hard.
Well, I think that there are 2 or 3 steps to that. I really appreciate what they've done for teachers. That certainly is a massive overture and shouldn't be overlooked. I think where insufficiencies come into play is with the education support employees raise and with the state employees raise. Both of those amount to maybe $50 a month by the time you run them through a 12-month pay cycle and take taxes out of them. And so that really just isn't much. That's certainly not a quality of life change like was what we're looking for. And on top of that, Governor Fallin has not signed their pay raises into law yet. She did sign the language for the teacher pay raise, but she did not sign the language for their pay raises. And so that's not even a guarantee, even at maybe $50 a month. From there, we got $50 million in new spending for the classroom. Again, that's appreciated, but because they earmarked $33 million of that for textbooks, that does not really leave much money for us to hire more teachers. Our class sizes are ballooning, and that's where we need that money so that we can hire more teachers and get more folks into the building so that we can spread our students out so that they get the attention they deserve.
No, it wasn't sufficient because there wasn't enough to guarantee the funding. In fact, they pulled out a lot of the resources before the governor even signed it. So therefore, the money is not enough. Our kids deserve more. The $50 million they're promising to fund education really only equals $71 per student. That's not even enough to buy a textbook.
We support our children. That's the reason why we're out here today. We are #1 fans of our children.
Absolutely.
I don't think it was sufficient because it wasn't what we asked for, and then they took away the means for the funding, the whole, taking away that. So that means we're not going to get what we asked for. And it's simple. This is what they've done the research. They said this is what will be sufficient. I agree. At least it's a start.
Right.
And that's what they should try to do because I know the money is there. They just need to put in the work to find it and to keep it coming.
On top of what she says, it's not sufficient enough because the future of Oklahoma lies within our students. So if our rooms and our buildings are not sufficiently funded, then where did the future of the children lie? You have people who are able to get raises within the legislature, but we can't get funding for our classrooms, and our class sizes are not, we don't have enough. We have the quantity of teachers that are trying to stay, but pretty soon it won't. So the quality of education will not be sufficient enough to sustain the kids to remain here or for the betterment of Oklahoma.
Right. And I'm going to keep it real. I mean, everybody's saying, yes, it's about funding our classrooms, but I mean, we are educators, we are professionals. We have gone to college, we've put in the work. We have bachelor's degrees, we have master's degrees, some of us have doctorate degrees, and we're working paycheck to paycheck, and I don't think that's right when our neighbors south of us, they started making more money than I, and I've been in this 18 years. 18 years with a master's degree, and we got kids going into the classroom with no experience, zero experience, and they're making way more than I make, over 20, 30,000 what I make. So is that right? No, that shows that the state of Oklahoma does not take public education serious, and they should.
Especially when you have like 7-Eleven, no slight against them, but they're getting paid more than we get paid. It's ridiculous, and that's pretty much all I have to say. It is ridiculous.
It is.
So on both sides, it stands for teachers and our students. We both have to come together because at this point, it's detrimental, it's imperative, and if we don't make a stand now, then Oklahoma lies to be in shambles.
So the larger classrooms get, the more your job, even with well-behaved students, means that you can't really engage in meaningful conversations or teach the students how to have meaningful debates because you need time for those kinds of responses to develop. And when I've got 40 students in there and I want all of them to speak so that I can get some sort of informal assessment done, that either they can only give really short soundbite answers or I can't hear all those voices. And again, with large class sizes, it's difficult for me to have time to do the outside of class formal assessment that I need to provide them feedback. So we're making lots of educational decisions based off of not what's best for students, but what's expedient for dealing with more students than one teacher can. And again, that's not a behavior problem. That's really an actual feedback measure that allows us to instruct them.
There's not enough books, there's not enough supplies, there's not enough technology. It's not about salary, it's about our kids. We want them to have the best education so they can go out and do what they need to do.
I'm not a history teacher, but I just heard that the latest history books, Bush is the last president. And we're not even we're not even up to date. And so how can we test and our scores be good when we don't even have the materials to teach them the up-to-date stuff they need to know?
Well, it affects us greatly. We're actually putting most of our money into the classroom in order to get the curriculum they need to make them successful and to be competitive with the rest of the nation, and we can't do that alone. We need the funding. Teachers are having to give the kids food. Several of us, we provide food for our students who don't have the food to eat. All this funding is important. It's vital.
I think that we all know that after 10 years of neglect and after 10 years of not gradually increasing a tax base to support the mandates that we had, this is going to hurt. I understand that they have lots of constituents making lots of demands on them, but because it's been a decade, even these incremental steps are going to be painful, and I respect them for making those painful decisions, but they have to be made.
November's coming.
Look around! Look at the voice out here. Look around.
Get off of your behinds and fund education. Fund our future. Our children are dependent on us. I am dependent on those children in the years to come. We need to fund education.
We make all of their jobs possible, all your jobs possible, and every job possible. If it weren't for teachers, there would be no other jobs.
Stop putting money in your pockets. Stop putting money in the prison system and put money in the public education system. You know, when you come to Oklahoma, it's like the haves and the have-nots. Either you got it or you don't, and it shouldn't be that way. If you want to say that education is important, show us. Show us that it's important, and put some money in our classrooms and in our pockets because you're putting it in yours.
Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Research who's going up against who, and vote. Because your vote does count. This is why we're in the predicament that we're in now.
Yes, you cannot complain if you don't get out there and vote. And unfortunately, I know many adults who know better. They know better. They know they need to get out and vote. And unfortunately, even some educators, get out there and vote. So what you don't explain? If you can get on Facebook and research what your friend is doing, you can get on Facebook and research what the legislators and the law and all the lawmakers are doing. Get out there and vote. And then you come up with your idea. Okay, this is what you agree with, this is what you don't agree with, but you have the voice. That is our right to vote. So use that right.
everybody is going to say that they're for education, and so the extra legwork is going to be need to be done to take a look at people's voting records and find out what did they actually vote for. I was a candidate. I ran for office in 2016, and when you're standing on a door, it's really easy to tell people what they want to hear. The bigger challenge then is to do the follow-up and see if they actually made that commitment, if they actually voted the way they told you would on doors.
We're not here for ourselves, or we'd be in a classroom, or we'd be at home nice and warm. We're here for our kids and for our state, and for our future. Theirs, the voting public, their future.
Please support not us, but your students and your future of Oklahoma. We want to keep teachers here, quality teachers, but we also want to keep our students here once they graduate in order to help them to become successful in our community and to be able to provide for our community, our great state of Oklahoma, and to keep it great again.
Kelly Logan, I'm a teacher. I want to stay a teacher in Oklahoma, but if you don't pay me, I'm out.
I'm Alicia Adams from Oklahoma City, representing Columbia City School District. I am a teacher as well, and I support education and our future. Thank you.
You are watching Ask the People.
You are watching Ask the People.
You are watching Ask the People.
You are watching right now, Ask the People.